Welcome back, Dr. White. This video is for people who have been on microfiber about 60 days now, so we'd like to address them. And congratulations to them, right?
Yes, congratulations for making it this far, and I hope you're seeing the successes that I and many of others have experienced by being on microfiber. I again thanking you for trusting us to use our product that we believe can make a difference in your life, as it has in many others.
Great. Now, you were talking to me about antibiotics, and when people get sick and the different things that they're putting into their system, even though they're on microfiber, there are some things that they should pay attention to.
Yeah, well, we get the question a lot. Sometimes I slack off. I take it every day. I went on vacation. I forgot to bring it with me. Is that going to be a problem? I always encourage people in general, whether they're on a medication or if they're on a supplement like MicroFiber, just get back on it. Just do the best that you can. But the reason why this is important to be able to stay on something like a microfiber prebiotic that's good for your bacterial health is so many things out there are damaging to us. So in the last 60 days or maybe in the next year, somebody might get sick. They might go to the doctor. They might get put on an antibiotic. One of the problems with the microbiome in general right now is that there's been so much antibiotic use. There's been a lot of alterations in the gut flora and the body flora, and antibiotics can be very negative. So especially when you're getting something, and sometimes you can't always avoid getting an antibiotic. So you want to always have some way to promote your gut health, and a prebiotic microfiber in particular is a very good way to promote that health. There was a study I just read last week that said not only antibiotics are harmful to the microbiome, but they studied about 1,000 different drugs, medications, over the counter and prescription, and about 25% of those were found to damage in a negative way, harm or kill off your gut bacteria. And so there's always seems to be a lot of things in the environment that's pushing us toward a negative balance, whether it's a medication, whether it's a supplement, whether it's an over-the-counter medication or prescription medication, whether it's your poor lifestyle choices. It's imperative that you have a strategy to counteract whatever negative effects are happening on your body. And again, the daily use of a supplement, something that is beneficial to your system, a prebiotic like microfiber, is one of the strategies one can use to combat the negative effects of medications or other environmental factors.
Dr. White, we've heard from some people who are about at the 60-day mark, and they've had enough time now to notice their digestion has improved, and we're very encouraged to report that to incoming customers, because digestion seems to be, and I want you to speak on this, something that that takes time to address, and they find themselves being able to eat things that maybe they weren't so comfortable eating before microfiber. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, people do report a lot of beneficial gastrointestinal changes, and a lot of those have to do with discomfort people have. I know I spoke with one person who wasn't able to eat a solid meal in years because every time they tried to eat solid food, they'd get irritable bowel type of symptoms. Their intestines would cramp, they would get nauseated, and for this particular individual, by taking microfiber, those symptoms essentially went away. There was an occasional discomfort or an occasional food that might upset her, but it was completely life-changing for this particular person. So when you're mentioning digestive, I'd like to refer to it more as intestinal health, because we don't know, is it digestion, is it cramping, but is it irritable bowel syndrome? That's one of those things that we hear a lot in the medical community. It's kind of a catch-all. It's certainly not something we know what it is, like a celiac disease, something you could measure, but the people are just having difficulty making it through the day without having cramping, without having nausea, and people have used microfiber with this type of a condition and have reported to us almost to our surprise, a significant benefit and a total change in their life from alleviating those symptoms.
Well, Dr. White, you were talking about the things that are attacking us all the time. Sometimes we get the flu and we're put on antibiotics. Sometimes it's the water, sometimes it's the air, sometimes it's the preservatives in the food. And the point you were making is that it seems like everywhere you turn, there is an attack on our microbiome. So we have customers that may not be ordering the product with all that in mind. Some people just want to lose weight, or they want to get their sugar under control, or they just want to do one thing good for their health. So to the people that have been on the product for 60 days and who have a stronger immune system now, what you're saying, if I understood, is that when they head into battle and that they have to take an antibiotic, they're more suited for battle. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, being consistent in something that we recognize as being beneficial is going to be there for you when you do need it the most. And when you have challenges and you're taking something that is bolstering your own body's ability to heal itself, then that's definitely positive. Certainly we believe that the microfiber is a beneficial product for people's general health, and everybody's going to experience that differently. But having something that you know is helping you, like I said on a previous occasion, is a way to add to the success of your general health. I still promote a healthy lifestyle, wonderful diets, healthy natural foods. I would certainly recommend, but microfiber is a way you can add additional benefit to your body's microbiome specifically. All those other things might have other benefits, health benefits, but for the microbiome, the intestinal gut flora, a good prebiotic like microfiber is very important.
Dr. White, why is it profoundly impactful to aim your body toward the most healthiest microbiome that you can control?
Well, it is obviously very important, and we've talked about a lot of the metabolic things and the things that happen in your body because of the microbiome. But one way that it really struck me that the importance of having a good healthy balance of your bacteria is when I heard the statistic that you have more bacterial cells in your body. Each individual bacterial organism is a cell. There are more of them than you have human cells in your body. You are carrying around more bacteria than you are human cells. So you can see how overwhelmingly important it is to have a better balance of bacteria than a negative balance of bacteria.
That's really fascinating, Dr. White. And I had also heard it referred to as this when you're talking about your gut bacteria, that they're actually, I'm probably going to say this wrong, but they actually call it the lower brain. And there's some relationship with the way that the lower brain conducts business with the upper brain. How bad did I butcher that, Dr. White?
Well, they have referred to the gut as having a neuroendocrine function. So basically the nerves in the endocrine system are all tied together, and it does look like what one of the driving forces of that is the microbiome, because that's where they're housed.
We could just be scratching the surface when it comes to what we know about the microbiome and gut bacteria. I mean, we know that feeding and promoting good bacteria, that's the no-brainer. We might not even be scratching the surface with regards to the health benefits that we can't scientifically report yet that might actually be there.
That is absolutely 100% true. I guarantee you there's a lot more to know. I literally look through my emails, and at least once a week they're promoting some scientific sessions to attend where they're talking about the applications of the microbiome in immunology, the applications of the microbiome in cardiology. There's a recognition that the microbiome, the bacteria that live in us, inhabit our bodies, it becomes a very important factor, and to ignore that is really going to become obvious that that's a mistake.
So we are on the forefront with microfiber, and what's interesting, if you go back a couple years when we launched the product, the things that we were saying, the things that we were promoting that came from your studies and other studies seems to now be common language in the industry. And when we were saying things like just the word gut, gut health was not a term a few years ago like it is today. And we were saying gut health, and it's because of your wonderful advancements in learning and doing studies and being ahead of the marketing world that we were able to get this early jump on this. So we're very grateful that we're able to partner up with you and push this product as hard as we possibly can, as truthful as we possibly can, and to as many people as we possibly can. And any follow-up thoughts before we end the video, Dr. White?
Well, having my career in the last 20 years been focusing on research, I've done a lot of other patient care, but the research aspects have become very, very personally interesting to me. I believe that we really do have to find answers. We can't just stay with the current knowledge. And 2-3 years ago, like you said, there was very little information out there about the microbiome. I searched for a conference, and I found one conference, I think 3 years ago, that even talked about anything gut health or gut bacterial, and they were acknowledging that they didn't know a lot. And since then, there's been an explosion of information, and I think, like you said, we're just on the very beginnings of the understanding of how important your gut health is to you. We're proud that we have a product that we know through some research studies that we have done, the personal stories of people, including myself, that have benefited from it. And we look forward to the future where we find out even more beneficial things.
Well, thank you, Dr. White, for sitting with us today. And it's been awesome.
Thank you so much.